Looking to get rich in Warframe, eh? Well, me too. Let's figure it out together. First things first, got a couple of things to talk about. To set expectations, I want you to know a few things. Number one, we are on a Mastery Rank 30 account. This is the same account that I went from Mastery Rank 0 to 30 in 100 days. I just changed the name. Cost 200 Platinum. I'm terrible with my Platinum. Good thing we're about to make a ton of it in this series. This is making Platinum. Dude, sometimes it sucks. It's supposed to suck because the more it sucks, the more people don't want to do it, which is why it has value. So that's all I really want to talk about. I wanted to get expectations set right here at the beginning. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's get rich. We're going to be farming bounty mods. I have no idea which bounty mods are in rotation, so we might as well just pop in and take a little bit of a look-see. So first ones I want to check are going to be a Necrolisk from Mother. So I'll see you there. What do you got, girl? You have Weeping Wounds. Perfect. All right, so we're in here. So a couple things that are really important to take note of doing bounties and trying to get mods in this way. One, do them solo. I know that sounds counterintuitive. You're like, oh, more people, faster it is. Nope. Bounties are scaled to player count, meaning like this, for instance, right here. If I were to be in a group of 4, we would have maybe had to stay in this area for like 3 minutes instead of 1 minute and 20 seconds. Or, if I was in a group of 4 where it has excavators, we would have to do 4 excavators instead of just the 1 by being in solo. So that's what I mean by it scales with player count. The other thing that's worth noting is dialogue skipping. Very, very important function. You can do this with any cutscene, well, not any, but most cutscenes and most dialogue skips. So if they're talking, you just go ahead and shut them up by opening and then closing the night wave. You just press escape. Night wave's down here in the bottom right corner. You open it and you close it, and then it'll start the next chain of the bounty here. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention, this is like super easy early game content that you can do very, very early on into an account. I made 600 endo already during this little run, and 600 endo is quite a lot on a new account. There's our first Weeping Wounds. I'm not sure if we got 2 or not. Definitely 1. Nope, we didn't get 2. 1 Weeping Wounds, 1 Embedded Catalyzer. But we got a Weeping Wounds on our second run. That's not too bad. And look, levels 15 to 25. This is very, very easy content. Plus, we're getting a bunch of Mother tokens, so we're able to upgrade our Syndicate while we're doing this. So it's like a multifaceted farm. All right, Weeping Wounds number 2. Also, another thing that we can mention real quick, if you hold down M, you don't actually have to run all the way back. You can just straight up fast travel. As much as I would love to show you every single drop and every trade and transaction, it's just not really gonna work out for a series like this. There's just too much, right? These videos would be like 2 hours each with all the trading. So I hope you understand, but here's a few of the drops. So same kind of thing here. Bladed rounds are gonna be worth about 20 platinum. This is a level 15 to 25 area. You could spam these bounties out in like 4 or 5 minutes pretty consistently, depending on what mission types they have in that current rotation. We have 1 for now, and I'm going to post it for 18 because I play a lot and I'm online, so that means my hook stays in the pond for a lot longer than most people's. So eventually, these guys will go offline. I'll stay online. Mine will be the cheapest. All right, so that's going to bring us to this segment of the video. We just farmed for about an hour and a half-ish. We got a bunch of Weeping Wounds, and we're going to offload them now. So I'm not going to show every single transaction because I make like 20 to 30 every single day, and I feel like the series might go on for a little bit of time, especially if we're trying to get up to like a big chunky number like 10,000 platinum. But yeah, this is like the behind-the-scenes busy legwork that's kind of required for something like this. We're just offloading what we just farmed, and we're doing that easily with Alecaframe and Warframe.market, which we will be showing a lot in this episode and coming up episodes. But before then, I thought it'd probably be a good idea while this bounty is still in rotation to swing back around and get a few more Weeping Wounds. We got back up to 7, but let's talk about relics. So relics are really consistent source of platinum. Again, very entry level and consistent, with the occasional jackpot moment to help keep your dopamine spikes, you know, coming in pretty regularly to avoid getting super burnt out or bored from the activity. So here we go again, Ureli with Alecaframe, which is that little tool, that little overlay that you see there on the bottom. You can tell if an item is new to you, if it's, you know, if you've already gotten the mastery rank from it, if it completes the set, how much the set's worth, how much the item's worth. It's so much information. I can't recommend Alecaframe more. I'm not going to try to convince you to use it because, you know, everybody is their own person. But if you did want to use it, we can get into that a little bit. We're going to be talking about Alecaframe and why it's so useful, and I'm going to be using this tool a lot throughout this series. I mean, this is the game changer. If you're having a hard time making platinum in Warframe, and you don't know how to price check things, and you just don't know what you have that's of value, this fixes all your problems. So I'm not sponsored by Alecaframe. I don't work with them. I don't know any of the people here. I just really like the tool. I use it daily, and it helps me. I find a lot of success in the game since I've been using this. And yeah, I just wanted to turn you onto it and a couple things that it can do. All I'm going to say is I have been using it. I have publicly been using it for like over 9 months on 2 or 3 different Warframe accounts at this point, and I have not received a ban. Just want to check inventory, check our mods. I'm going to filter them, so I want it to be numbers greater than 1 owned. Yep, I want that. And then I want it to be minimum platinum 10, and then no equipped mods and no leveled up mods. So this is only going to show duplicate mods that are over 10 platinum that I don't have equipped or I don't have leveled up. So these are free to sell. So we have 2 acid shells. You can just click here, the little red button. Looks like right now, want to sell the current cheapest is 35 platinum. I'm going to go ahead and post mine for 38, I guess. Let that guy sell his first. And then, you know, I'm in this for the long game, so I don't need to be impatient and try to sell my stuff like immediately. So boom, let's go ahead and post our 2 at 38 each, post to sell. Like this, I have no idea why this is so expensive, 27. It jumps from 27 to 30 to 34. I'm just gonna post mine for 32. We can actually see what all I sold, how many. So I sold one for 20, 18, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and a sharpened bullets, bladed rounds, and a sharpened bullets. Let's go ahead and check. If we go to Warframe Market, we can check our mods, and then here at the bottom, it'll say we have 677 platinum worth of mods listed on Marketplace, ready to sell. That's the full set. There's the 60 plat. Easy as that. Just crack relics for a couple hours a day for like a week or 2. You're gonna make some platinum. You're gonna make some really decent platinum. Doubles the amount of resources you get from pickups. That's a huge chunk of platinum, but it's an investment for the account, and we're gonna get huge value. We were able to achieve 200 plat in the first day of this series, right? So that's not an issue. We're investing. So 30 day, bam, 200 plat, bye-bye. 39 plat. Hepit is a capture mission. You run in, you use a Volt or a Gauss or anybody who's fast, run in, kill the dude, run to the exit, boom. You get a guaranteed Lith relic every single time you complete this mission, guaranteed. Uko is basically the exact same thing, except for it's a level 30 to 35 capture mission. This one's going to give you your Mesos and your Neo relics. So guaranteed one or the other, right? So Lith, Meso, and Neo all come from Void capture missions, Hepit and Uko. That leaves just Axie left, and you're not going to like it, but Apollo on Lua here, it's a disruption mission. This is my personal opinion. This is the fastest way to farm Axie relics by quite a large margin. All right, so another decent money-making tactic that gets better whenever you have a higher mastery rank. I can make 30,000 standing daily, right? And if we come in here, we have a max rank, so rank 5 Syndicate, Both of these are rank 5, so that gives me the ability to unlock these augmented mods. Every day, I can buy 2 of these augment mods, and then they're selling for like 14, 15, sometimes up to 18 platinum each. So I'm gonna end up buying 2 more Shadow Haze because I just sold 2. It's a very popular mod. We'll get that platinum coming in consistently. And bam. Pleasure doing business with you. Perfect. And we made our 200 platinum back already. Just like that. Back up to 230. But yeah, that's it. Just farm a ton of relics and you're going to be fine. You know, spend like 2 or 3 hours farming relics one day, and then the next day crack all of them. So I'm actually going to just spam exterminates whenever I see them. That's my first priority. Then it would go capture. Then it would go rescue. And if none of those 3 are available in the relic that I want, so right now we're cracking open Miso here, I will then spam just a defense mission. I wanted to turn you on to one more thing here. If we go to Grandmother, we can take these mother tokens and we can either exchange them into grandmother tokens, which is more efficient cost-wise. But getting all these other tokens like the Otak tokens and the son and the daughter and all that, it's just kind of a pain. But we can make a couple grandmother tokens because it's just the smart thing to do. But if you're like me and you just can't be bothered, it's okay to just straight up give grandmother mother tokens, because mother tokens are so easy to farm. We get hundreds in a day. So how many? We would need 310. So we almost farmed like 2.5, 3 days almost of daily standing cap. So this is going to reset in 6 hours. 310 mother tokens is going to give me 31,000. I was just getting it while I was getting my blood rushes and my bladed rounds and my weeping wounds. So now we can pop on over to Papa, and he's got something kind of special. So Hata Satya, a lot of people really like this weapon. So let's go ahead and buy that. So we got 30,000 per day. So in 2 days, we'll get 60,000. So that means if these all cost 20K, that means every 2 days I can buy 3 of these. 15 plat, 15 to 20 platinum. Now here's the kicker. It should show. Yeah, so we're in this week, Torrid and Dual Toxicist. That's nice. Look at that. Next week, it's the Soma and Karnan. This price hikes all the way up to 25 to 30 platinum whenever the Soma is in rotation. So we can prepare for the next week and get like 10 of these stockpiled. And then by the time, bam, Soma comes, hey, guess who's got 10, mods ready to go, and we can sell them for 25, 30 platinum each instead of 15 to 20. Stacking 12 to 15 little side hustles together is like, that's the way. It's just the truth to making platinum in Warframe. So if you don't have any platinum, you're a relatively new player, and you're trying to just get your first 5, 6, 7, 800 platinum online, cracking relics for a few days and getting some bounties, some bounty mods like I showed you, getting some mother tokens, eventually unlocking your syndicate mods and getting all that stuff, it really does add up over time. So you take 4 mods and you transmute them at the cost of some credits, and it turns them into a random other mod. Now there's a couple of mods that you can actually hit that are pretty decent, like Bite, for instance. Bite is worth 60 platinum unrolled and 100 platinum if you max it out, so it's actually really profitable. Critical Focus is another one. It's a gamble, it's a side hustle, it's an option. Just thought I'd mention it. So now you'll get a ton of these whenever you're doing your coup villages, and on this Mastery Rank 30 account, I just so happen to have grinded out all of the Kuva weapons for the Mastery Rank XP. So we ended up with a nice little byproduct of some Requiem relics. So if we run these as the uncommon reward, Jahu and Vom here, these pretty much constantly go for like 10 to 15 platinum at all times. If we check here, oh yeah, about 15, and we'll do Foss. Okay, Foss is a little cheaper for whatever reason. What about Loke? Loke, 15 as well. Point is, these stack up. So we have 4 chances at getting the uncommon drop at any time. That's 15 plat each time we run this. This is an exterminate currently for the next hour and a half. I don't really love the Kuva layout so much, but you know, let's try to put a dent in it. We have gotten really lucky with these runs. That's 5 for 5, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and we're getting it down to like 2 minutes. Salto's running Volt. I'm killing everything with my Nova. We're just chilling. Actually, I think Salto's doing a lot too. Yeah, he's pretty much just, well, I'm useless. That's okay. 18 out of the 19 runs that we did, we got a mod. So that was a little over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. I'll have to go back and check. But we went through a ton, almost 20 runs in an hour and some change. I'm going to keep doing some rescue missions just because I've got, you know, these 5 left. So might as well just finish them off. But if we did 18 and they're each worth 15 a piece, this might be easy math to some of you guys, but I'm smooth brained. So 18 times 15 is 270. That's 270 plat in a little over an hour. So surprisingly good plat strat. All right, well, this is another thing. So this is a little bit meta, but I'm editing my video, and while I'm doing that, I have the game open in the background, and because I'm in game at all times, I appear online, and I'm just making a bunch of my trades. So currently, I'm down to 20 trades for today. It is the 5th day, something like that, and we've made 1,171 platinum. And this person wants a RIS, so let's get them that. 9 times out of 10, these people are looking for multiples, like, because they're trying to fill out the entire set for their current lich. So it's usually a good idea to ask them, like, hey, I got a bunch. We can save a trade, and we can potentially save them some time going to multiple people, and we can make a little bit more plat. So, Yahoo as well, if you have it, yeah, exactly, perfect. Again, make sure that it's a full one. You don't want to sell them one like that. And perfect. So now we've sold 2 instead of just the 1. Right, so we had a really long day yesterday grinding out relics. This goes into the next day, so if I started at, like, you know, midnight or something, either way, we did like 130 relics cracked in the past 2 days. We went from 845 platinum total listed to 1,633 platinum. So let's actually just like do this math real quick. 788. I would say I probably played for 6 hours. Divided by 6, 130. I was consistently making about 130 plat an hour. I'm gonna go down my list, and every single day, it sounds tedious, but it goes pretty quick. I'm going to readjust all my prices. So they're going for 13, 14. I'm gonna go ahead and set mine for 13 as well. Even though it matches this guy, because I updated and I've basically effectively bumped mine up, mine's gonna be second now. So we're just trying to maintain visibility. Augment mods I was talking about, these things sell pretty consistently. So we got Jack here, he's on a gear, he needs the mod. So 13 plat for us. We were able to farm that in a day just as like a, you know, a byproduct. We weren't focus farming standing. We just ended up getting standing while we were farming other stuff. So it's just free. It all accumulates over time. And I mean, shout out to that guy who just wanted to say hi. What's up, Umbasa? Well, that's an interesting trade. Guess we're gonna go for that. Neat. At this point, I don't really need to show trades anymore. Realistically, we know what trading looks like. I'm just gonna let you guys know what I'm farming, how long I farmed it, and how much platinum we make every day. It's a longer video, but I showed you guys, like, I don't even know, like 5, 6, 7, like a bunch of different farms. So use any, use all, use none. It's completely up to you. But just so you know, full transparency, I did invest 180-ish platinum. So we need to add 180 here to like total made. But we don't even have to really do that realistically. And then like the 200 that we spent on the resource booster for 30 days, we're up to around 1,200 platinum. in just 3 days, right? Like, that's kind of good in my opinion. And we didn't even do anything super crazy. It just stacked up. Now, 100% honesty, I did already have some stuff stockpiled. We didn't just make that from thin air. I already kind of had things set in place ready to go to make those. It's not going to be the same for you. I have 30 trades available a day. I already had a bunch of Requiem relics saved up from previous farms. I already had a bunch of parts and semi-completed sets and stuff. I do already have Alecaframe. So yes, I'm making it look easy. I am like, you know, this is kind of inflated, right? Don't expect to replicate this exactly, but if you can even do 1/3 of this, that's still pretty solid. You know, 300-400 platinum in a day, that's good. Comparison is the thief of joy. Just, you know, you probably don't even realistically need 1,000 platinum for the most part. Most people don't need it. I don't even need 1,000 platinum. I'm just doing a series, like a goofy little thing for YouTube, and it's an excuse to show you guys all the different ways that you can make plat. So I really hope that this series helped you, and if you enjoy it, please give me the feedback, comments, likes, suggestions. All of that stuff helps, and depending on how well this first episode does, we'll look into continuing it out and going for the goal of 10,000 platinum. I think 10,000 platinum could be a fun little challenge. Let me know what you think. Either way, I'm gonna go farm some more plat, because I actually get to play Warframe for a change instead of doing these wacky little challenges and stuff. And not gonna lie, been kind of enjoying it. Warframe is a good game. So I'm gonna go play, and I'll see you guys later. Be safe. Have a good night.